Welcome to this pick a card reading. My name is Gabby Turner, and in today's reading we're going to be asking, what do they love and understand about you? Now, all of that probably isn't going to fit on the thumbnail, but that's what we're going to be looking in. What do they love and understand about you? We have three options here, so you can just use your intuition to tune in. Option number one is the Justice card. Option number two is the Lovers. And option number three is the Sun. So the three options are listed with the timestamps in the description box below. So again, you can just use your intuition to figure out which option or options are reaching out to you. Number one, Justice. Number two, the Lovers. And number three, the Sun. All right, and whenever you're ready, just use the timestamps and I will see you at your reading. Okay, option number one, folks, you chose the Justice card. Let's go ahead and figure out what your person loves and understands about you. So the first thing I'm getting, actually, because I'm getting called to use, I have a few different decks out over here, but I'm getting called to use the Everyday Witch Tarot. And I feel like a lot of you are witches, or you're witchy, or you're involved in, metaphysical, new age, or some sort of magical practice. And when I cut the deck, I'm getting the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. I feel like what this person also loves and understands about you is that you are sort of like timid. I don't know if they feel specifically that you're timid about the magic that you practice or just timid in general, but there's a sort of, I feel like this person sees you as a little bit frail or delicate in some way. But what I feel like they really understand about that is that you are much more powerful than you even realize. So let's get some clarifiers here. They definitely feel like you don't know your power. Like you might be viewing yourself as a sort of beginner witch or something. But this person feels like you're more advanced than what you realize or something like that. Yeah, so I do feel like this is someone who has similar interests. So this is someone who's also interested in, again, like witchcraft or the metaphysical things like New Age, whatever, you know what I mean? Like maybe doing spell work or working with crystals or like herbs or, you know what I mean? Like that general sort of thing. We go about these things in different ways, but I feel like this is someone with this King of Swords who also has an interest perhaps in the occult, in the esoteric, in hidden knowledge, right? And we have the Three of Cups. So again, it's like they're sharing in that with you. Even if they don't practice it with you per se, they are a fellow practicer of witchy things. I'm just going to say witchy from here forward instead of like repeating all of those possibilities for how it should be showing up in your life and theirs. But like they see you all as part of a similar sort of witchy spiritual practice. And I feel like this person, again, like they had to learn their own power along the way. And they feel like you have to learn that as well, but that you haven't necessarily recognized. Like you haven't looked in the mirror like they have and had this aha moment of like, wow, I'm actually a much more powerful witch than what I realized. So tell me more about that. Why do they... Actually, I'm curious, what do they see in themselves and then what do they see in you? Like, what is it? How are they seeing themselves in terms of their power? Okay. I mean, I feel like this is someone who feels like they have experimented with magic or with different approaches to magic, and sometimes it's kind of blown up in their face. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had that, like you've done a spell and it like really backfired or something like that. I feel like I've had that experience. But you know what they're saying? They're like, that actually, being willing to take that risk, they see themselves as someone who can take that risk, do a spell, let it blow up in my face, but I'm going to learn from it, right? I'm still going to learn from it. And so they're like, it still was a powerful spell, right? Like if it had the capability of blowing up in my face, like there was power in it. And so that's what they're seeing here as their own power. And how are they seeing you in terms of what they see here with your power? Okay. So we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Devil card, and then we have the Hermit card. I think they feel like, you know, with this Eight of Cups being the initial card, you may have dabbled in quote-unquote dark magic or Solomonic magic, working with demons or something like that with this Devil card here. And this beginning card being the Eight of Cups makes me think they're viewing you as someone who maybe at first you didn't really want to go down that path, right? Because the Eight of Cups is like, well, I should try that. I should explore that just to expand my knowledge base. But it's not necessarily the direction that I would choose to go ideally. So they saw you as someone who maybe you started out thinking, well, I'm just going to practice light magic, white magic, whatever you want to call it, like the right-hand path, right? But you ventured down the left-hand path at some point, and I don't know, whoever you're watching this about, they have some awareness of that, and they're like, you know what, like, you know, you had to take a risk. For you, that was a big risk because you had a lot of qualms about, you know, traveling the left-hand path. But what did you learn in the end? You learned a lot about yourself. I feel like they're like, ultimately, what you gained was like a lot of self-wisdom here with the Hermit card. Tell us more about this Hermit card. Yeah, we have Temperance at the bottom of the deck. It's like they feel like you gained a more balanced understanding of your own self by willing to explore the left-hand path and not stick solely to the right-hand path. Yeah, so again, they're seeing you as someone who has the power of, you know, being willing to take a risk, and also like being willing maybe to like put ourselves in circumstances where we're very limited in order to create prosperity. So I don't know, this is, I don't like to talk too much about myself, but this is reminding me of some spell work that I did that led me to having some very difficult financial circumstances. And I was working magic, trying to understand more about abundance. And like sometimes you can't learn the lesson. I was doing some powerful things, like working with eclipses and working with different things that a lot of people are like, you shouldn't work with eclipses. They're too strong, you know, it's too potent. But I was doing that and other things, and like the results were very powerful. They were not what I expected. I expected ease and comfort, that abundance in that way. But I was put through like extreme hardship financially. And if you've ever watched my live streams, I'll talk about it a little bit more in detail. But it helped me to understand a lot more. Like sometimes we have to be disillusioned. Sometimes we have to have life really stripped away to the bare bones to really understand what we like out of, what we actually want out of life, right? So I feel like this person is saying, like, you walked the left-hand path. That's what you did. You took a risk by walking the left-hand path in some way. And maybe it did bring you some sort of limitation, or it brought some sort of difficulty perhaps into your life. But that difficulty also gave you a wisdom that is going to be a long-held wisdom. You learned about yourself, but you had to struggle, or you had to experience some sort of hardship as a result. You know, it's kind of like walking across hot coals in a way, right? Like it's not very pleasant, but you know, it's meant to, and in your sense, probably more symbolically, you walked across those hot coals. That was not very pleasant, but it brought you to a certain kind of knowledge that you wouldn't have gained otherwise. For you, the hot coals are, you know, maybe working with the left-hand path is what it feels like to me. So, okay. Anything else that this person, we talked a lot about magic. I didn't expect that to even come up in this reading, but what does this person love and understand about you? Anything else here? So it's not that they don't love or understand anything else, but I feel like this message that's already come through is like most of what is important for you to know about this person. So I get the sense that you already kind of know a lot already about what this person loves and understands about you. A lot of it is already very obvious to you. And what came through here was specifically about magic, because maybe that's just not something that really would have occurred to you so much that it's that important in their head, or that they notice it that much. So, and anyway, but we have 3 cards reversed. So that's all that your spirit guides have to share for you about this topic. I hope you do check out my other readings. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Okay, group 2, you chose the Lover's card. I'm going to expect that a lot of people will choose the Lover's card, but the ones who are meant to choose other options will choose those options. So, and maybe you choose more than one, but before I get into it, I am getting a sort of intuitive nudge, and it's interesting that something similar came up, but different. In group 1, it was, this person was aware of you being involved in like witchcraft. In this one, this is someone who knows something about your astrological chart. So the question is, what does this person love and understand? They've looked at your astrology chart, or they know something about your astrology. You know, if it's someone who just knows basic stuff, like maybe they just know your sun sign, but regardless, it's important to them. For others of you, this is someone who like really can look at an astrological chart and actually read it, and they, you know, they can see where your planets are in their houses and what aspects they're making and stuff like that. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's that though. Like this person really knows quite a bit about astrology, and they understand you, some things about you through looking at your astrological chart. And I get the Justice card, which when I pull the Justice card, it is a confirmation to me of that what I'm saying is correct, you know, and like this is such a strange thing. I don't know that I've ever gotten this before in any type of reading. And okay, so let's see here. Okay, I do feel like specifically they do know something about where the sign of Libra is in your chart, or your 7th house. Like there's something about the 7th house. It could also be the planet Venus. The 7th house, which is your partnership house, the planet Venus, and or the sign of Libra. And this person likes what they see in that part of your chart. I'm opening it up to those 3 different things here with the Justice card. Normally the Justice card refers to the sign of Libra, but obviously there are a lot of different people watching this. And so I'm going to say that it has to do with partnership areas of your life. So the sign of Libra, the 7th house, 7, or the planet Venus. But anyway, and or the planet Venus. But like they really like whatever they see going on there. They feel that whatever's going on there signifies to them that the 2 of you have some sort of staying power. We also get, I mean, they're coming through, I feel like, as the King of Pentacles, but they're seeing you as the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles and the Magician card. So I kind of feel like, you know, one of the things about the sign of Libra, and if you don't have any planets in Libra, again, like think about it more broadly, because Libra is still occupying a particular house in your chart. And like I said, it could be about the planet Venus or the 7th house. But in any case, communication is very important with the sign of Libra, and it's about understanding, which is the whole topic of this reading. But like they feel like the two of you understand each other. What do they love and understand about you? That there's something in your astrological chart that they're like, we get each other because you have this placement. And it could be also like, I feel like maybe the two of you both share some sort of placement, like it's the same placement in both charts or something, where it's like, okay, this is why we understand each other, because maybe you both have Sun conjunct Pluto or something like that, or you both have Venus in the 4th house. I don't know. But yeah, there's some sort of similarity here that could go beyond just the Venus 7th house or Libra. But like, in any case, I feel like there's the two of you always have something to talk about, and you both learn things independently of each other, but it's like you're kind of drawn to the same paths, even though you may have discovered those paths or those interests separately from each other. It's like you're both kind of on the same wavelength regardless. And again, that's why they feel like it kind of gives the two of you some sort of staying power, or like this feeling of like, it feels like we've known each other forever type of a feeling. Yeah, like we're just very compatible. They see a lot of compatibility between the two of you when they're looking at your astrological charts. And yeah, like they may have compared your charts to, like, looked at the synastry with that Justice card. It does make me feel that way as well, because obviously this is also someone who's very knowledgeable of their own chart. Like, they really love astrology is what I feel like. We have the Emperor and the Star card. Like, the Emperor is the card about self, being very aware of the self and what we like and whatever. The Star card makes me think they know what their stars are. They know what their astrological chart is. And yeah, they just feel like the two of you have a lot of compatibility that is obvious in your astrological chart as well as in real life. You know, they can look at it and see it there as well. Okay, anything else about the astrology part of it? No, just that they see a lot of compatibility, basically. Okay, so, and they feel like the two of you have a lot of the same interests and a lot to talk about. Anything other than that? What does this person love and understand about you? So I think there's just one final thing here, which is this person, what they love and understand about you is that you really turn them on. like nobody else. You light this person's fire, you know? Like, I kind of feel like they would almost prefer to be alone. You know, when it comes to most people, they're like, okay, I might be kind of attracted to you, but it's not really worth it to me, you know? Like, I could just take care of business on my own, if you know what I mean. You know, like, in a sexual sense, they're like, is it really worth it to, like, knock boots? You know, sure, I might think someone's pretty or whatever, but, like, do I really want to get with them in bed? But with you, they're like, yes, you are worth it. With you, I don't just want to think about you when I'm by myself, right? But, like, I would actually, like, physically want to be with you. And, you know, like I said, like, for this person, they don't usually feel like they need that, or like it's not usually worth it to them to, but yeah, I cut the deck and we get the Empress and the Eight of Wands. They're very attracted to you, and it is such a strong attraction. It is like no other. You know, and it's tied with the emotions as well. It's not just your physical beauty, or although they do find you to be very physically attractive. Like, you are physically what they love to look at you. They like the way that you look. They like the shape of your body. They like the feel of your body and your face. Like, they're loving it. But it also, for them, I think part of the reason that you turn them on so much is because of the emotions you inspire in them. For one thing, like, they feel really good about themselves. Like, there's something about you that makes them feel just really good about themselves. Because I feel like they think that you see something in them that other people don't see. Like, you see the real them beneath the surface. Like, you see them more clearly. So what do they love and understand about you? Again, they said this before with the astrology part of it, but they're like, the astrology explains why group 2 can do this, but like group 2 like really sees to the heart and soul of who I am. And most people don't see that, you know, but I feel so seen and understood by group 2. And it makes them feel really good about themselves because they like the way that you see them. They like that you understand certain things about them that nobody else understands. Anything else here? So I'm getting more of a no. I mean, the final note, like, they really, I cannot emphasize it enough. This person thinks you are hot, and it's almost like you get hotter as time goes on. You know, like, sometimes it's the opposite. It's like the longer we know someone, the less their hotness, you know, impacts us, or, you know what I mean? But they're like, no. It's like every year you get hotter and hotter, you know? And I feel like for a lot of you with that King and Queen of Pentacles, they may have already known you for many years, but in any case, you just keep getting hotter and hotter. Like, they find you very, very arousing. So, but anyway, so I hope that this was a helpful reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this reading in the comments below, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 3, you chose the Sun card, and we're looking at what does the person on your mind love and understand about you. So I've already pre-shuffled, and when I cut the deck, I got the 3 of Swords and the Lover's card. So they love and understand something about some sort of heartbreak you've had with a different person. So it's like they're aware of maybe the way that someone else hurt you, and they understand what you went through in that situation, and they understand why it hurt you. They understand your dynamic with this other person, but they love you for this because I feel like they love the fact that, what do they love about it? Well, they love the fact that you cut the cords from this person, that you set strong boundaries with this person who treated you unkindly and hurt you. They understand that it took a lot for you to do that. It wasn't easy. So we have the 10 of Cups, the Star card, and the 4 of Wands. I feel like for some of you, it could have been someone either that you were even married to that you had to cut the cords with and move on, or someone from your family. But it's like, in either case, it was someone that you would expect, someone like that was so close to you, that was such a personal fixture in your life, either a spouse or a family member. You would expect that person to be someone who would really love you and be there for you. And this person really just wasn't. And so the person you're watching this for, like, they understand the dynamics of whatever that hurtful relationship was. Okay, so that's all about that. But let me see what else. What else do they love and understand about you, group 3? What else do they love and understand about you? So we have the Magician, the 6 of Swords, and then the Ace of Pentacles. They like the fact that you are someone who is willing to follow a path and and understand that there are more types of success than just money, right? Like money isn't the only thing that leads to success. For example, or like it's not the only thing that can motivate us. I don't know, I was watching this stuff about the early days of Nirvana, for example. Like they you know, they were very broke. They were extremely broke in the beginning, right? But they were still willing to follow that path because they understood we have talent here, we're good at what we do, right? And there's a sort of self-confidence that like it's still worth it, even if like, sure, we could go right now and work at such and such job and be making more money, but the money wasn't the money wasn't the carrot dangling in front. So anyway, this person views you in the same way. Like you seem to be someone who understands that even if it's not paying off right now, right? Like even if it may not ever pay off, right? Maybe I have to be a starving artist or something like that. Like I know that I'm drawn in this particular direction to do this particular thing. And even if other people would think I'm stupid for following this path, right? You should just do what everyone else does, you know, go off to college, get a degree, like, you know, get a cozy job in accounting or whatever. You know, you are following your own path, and the person you're watching this for understands that that actually is a sign of your intelligence. Other people would be like, that seems like a stupid path that you're following. You're doing some stupid shit over here. But this person's like, no, group 3, you are actually living your life from a place of intelligence because you're willing to, you know, just follow your own instincts. And you know that there's something fulfilling for you, even if other people can't see it. So anyway, this person understands that about you. What does this person also love and understand about you? I feel like they see you as someone who they view you as family, or like someone who feels like family, who feels as close as family, someone that they could settle down and start a family with. Like they feel very close to you. We have the Chariot card, which is Cancer energy. We have the Queen of Cups, which is more of that water energy. And then the Six of Swords, it's like they feel like the two of you understand each other's like deepest emotional needs. You understand how to like put a band-aid on each other's emotional wounds. I feel like both of you have been hurt a lot in life with the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Like you've both had a lot of hardship. So they like the fact that because you both have been really through it in life, you also are the type of person who, I'm trying to find my words, like you're a fighter. You have a fighting spirit. Not fighting in the sense that you want to constantly have conflict with other people, but like a fighting spirit in the sense like, I'm not going to give up. Yeah, I've had a lot of bumps and bruises in life, but I'm not going to give up. So they see a similarity between the two of you in that sense. Okay. What else? So I'm getting, there's more, I'm asking, is there anything else? I'm getting more of a no, because most of the cards are reversed. But again, I will just say, like, whatever you're doing with your career, they like that. Like what you're doing with your life, the way that you're applying yourself in life. I just want to emphasize that at the end, because that was kind of the first thing that came up here. But your spirit guides are wanting to end on that as well, because it is such an important thing that they do love and understand the fact that you are paving your own way, and your goals are not the same as other people's, right? But you are very talented. and you know that you have a particular talent, and you're following the path of, you want to use your talents, right? I mean, that's in the Bible, like we should make use of our talents. Not that you have to agree with what the Bible says about anything, but like just noting that it is there. You know, like we don't want to waste our talents. We want to make use of them. And they admire the fact that you are making use of your talents, even though not everyone's talents are pay off in a financial sense, right? You might have talents that it's hard to get a good paycheck for those specific types of talents, and yet you still are wanting to make use of them because you love what you're doing, you're really good at it, it feels like you're providing value in the world, and a great service for other people in some way, whether it's art that you're making or, you know, whatever you're doing, like you're doing it very well, and you quite obviously have a skill and a talent that the person you're watching this for loves the fact that you are choosing to make use of that talent. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.